when I work in that, I enjoy working in data.
I can
Right, I
actually
understand.
count the 6 hours. I cannot wake me unless I'm asleep, and then the teacher doesn't also get to sleep.
Then Ahmed started with Excel.
And just like
Which
everybody else that has a degree doesn't know what to do, it's the call center.
we solve a problem together. You become friends. That's how interesting is a data
Yes.
analytics career. The data analytics career is like that. So starting with one, two, three. Hello everyone. This is my YouTube channel. Welcome you all. And as I promised you in my earlier videos, that two of my international friends who are working as a data analyst in my company is going to join with us. And finally, they are here. So, we are going to start with Paulo first. And I want to know them. Even still today, I do not know the full story. So I'm going to, hear the story at the first end. So I'm going to ask Paulo that why you are in this data analytics field and why. Let's hear it from Paulo.
Okay. My data analytics journey started probably around 2010. I was working in a call center. Um,
Okay.
I was taking calls, and you know how it is working in a call center. If you ever worked in one, it's very boring, and then
Okay.
their mind starts to rot, and
Mhm.
then you want to do something else. So
Okay.
while I was taking calls,
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that there's a lot of data being thrown at us, from other departments, and the reports. I couldn't understand what the reports meant.
Okay.
So I tried making my own reports. Actually, that's where it started. I just wanted to make my own reports, trying to understand my own metrics and then the metrics of my team. So I downloaded all the data sheets from that was available to us, and then I started making reports, and I started um, researching certain formulas and how formulas work. Of course, being um, I wouldn't say the proud person that I am, but maybe you can say that. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
ask for help,
Okay.
uh, so I didn't
So,
ask
Paulo,
for.
I just want to
Yeah,
ask questions. Sorry to interrupt. Is that
sure.
so? You are working on a call center, right? So your primary job was to handle calls, right?
Correct.
And I asked this because I also, starting of my career was in a call center. But from my experience, learning data is not the priority there, right? So you learn this thing on your own,
Yes.
just to understand what is the meaning of this, data. What is the, as you said, the matrices of this thing, right?
Right.
Okay, so it's your own motivation that actually you started digging these things.
Right.
Okay, okay, carry on, brother.
And then
Also, sorry to interrupt,
yeah,
but
go
my
ahead.
first job was
Okay.
also as a call center agent. So this
Okay,
was my first job
okay,
as well
okay.
while studying.
Great. So, I mean, this is the first time actually I learned that three of us started our career in a call center. But I just want to
Yes.
just clarify one thing. As you are watching this video, it doesn't mean that you have to start from call center.
No,
But
don't
this is a
start there.
this is a
No,
this is a
don't.
coincidence. Don't start there.
Don't
Don't
start
start
there.
there.
We're here
Okay.
to tell you that
Go
you
straight
shouldn't
to the
start.
analytics.
Maybe in this era, everyone is starting with a call center because it is easy to grab this job
Right.
after your education system. So that's why we are actually doing.
Yes,
Okay,
that's
okay.
true. That's true.
Okay. Let's
Um,
get back to the story. Okay, Paulo, you continue.
so yeah, I started making reports, and then I started getting better at it. And then I
Okay.
started. Well, I was submitting it to my team leader, and I was showing my team leader at the time who was, well, I'm not sure if he's gonna watch this, but he didn't
Paulo,
really
can you
care.
get the mic closer,
Oh,
please, to
sorry.
your mouth?
Okay.
So,
So I hope
yeah.
my team leader, my former team leader, doesn't watch this. Yes, he didn't really care about the
No, no,
reports.
I'll make sure this goes to your team leader. I want this video to be that viral.
Oh, okay.
Sorry for that. Okay, okay,
Um,
continue, bro.
so, Sir Peter, if you're
Yeah.
watching this, that was you. But that was good motivation that he didn't care. So, because he didn't care, I started showing it to other team leaders that might be interested. I was like, look at the reports I made. And then other team leaders who actually didn't care about reports. Said,
Okay,
this is pretty good. We should, I mean, this is better than the reports that you get. And then
okay,
they showed it to our manager, our
okay,
operations manager, and say, who did this report? I like this report.
okay,
So that's why I decided. And then he would come up to me like, Mr. Lim, he calls me Mr. Lim. His name was also Paulo.
okay.
So I call him Mr. Barrios, he calls me Mr. Lim. Mr. Lim,
Great.
um, you make this report? Yes. How did you make this report? I don't know, I just came up with it. This is a
Okay,
good report. You should start making
okay,
reports for me. So
okay.
so even while I was taking calls, sometimes he would pull me out just to have me make a
Just
report.
to have, just to make the report. So
Right?
kind of,
Right.
you get the first taste of, the data with that person, who is actually, his name is also Paulo, right?
Right.
So he actually, I just show you that these things are good and we can work on it. Okay, so this is your first test of
Right.
data. Okay, okay. So then what happened?
And then at that time he didn't he wanted to hire me already as a full
Okay.
time data guy. But our department
Wow.
didn't have a opening for it. Yes. Um, but then we started a new department, it's like
Mm-hmm.
a UK branch, and they had an opening for it. So when that opening came up, they didn't even roll it out to
Mm-hmm.
everyone. They just asked me if I wanted the job. Because usually when they would have new roles, they would roll it out to everyone who wants to apply. I was given the privilege of just get the job. So let me want the job. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I want the job. Okay, start me. So that's when I landed my first data analytics guy. I was the MIS for
Okay.
operations. MIS means Management Information
Okay.
Systems
Mm-hmm.
for operations. So
Okay.
that's when I started
Yeah.
teaching the big leagues. Um, and then I started making more reports. So and then yeah, but if you guys didn't know, um, I did not go to college for this.
So you didn't go to any college for learning data analytics?
No.
No. Okay.
I guess, tinkering with computers has always just been my passion. Even when I was in high school, I would do programming on the side, even
Mm-hmm.
in college.
You
But
were the guy hacking the school system.
yeah, I wouldn't say that here. Yes.
But that is also is one of the passion. Still, I mean, maybe one day he'll start hacking. I mean, he
Yes.
stumble into this data
Yeah.
analytics, but somebody tells him that okay, you're good with hacking. Why not hack Pentagon? Okay,
Right.
that's a bad idea. So I want my audience that we
Do
are
not
not
do
doing
it.
this kind of
But
thing.
You only have
but
Apple.
there is always this guy in our schools, the guy who's so good with programming or he's passionate about it, and he wants to hack the school system or the school Wi-Fi. Yeah, this is true. Okay,
Just want
so
to
this
make
is
fake,
you, Paulo.
just want to make fake notification that tomorrow is school is closed. No one comes.
Yes. Tomorrow is off. Don't go
Okay.
to the school. Yeah.
Okay, so
So,
Paulo, what we understand is that you started with call center, then you stumble into the reporting system, then you realize that I can learn it on my own. You didn't go to any colleges, any academics. You just started learning, and back after that you can connect the dots. Like this was your passion. Now
right,
you are into your passion career.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
right.
carry on. Let's see. Let's share the story.
So, yeah, but I took up nursing in college.
So you just moved out to the nursing career from
Yes,
here. Okay.
yes. Because when I was taking up nursing, sometime in my third year, I
Mhm.
realized I was afraid of blood, and that's
But
not really a good fear to have when you're in the
Oh,
nursing
yeah.
field.
obviously,
And I'm also an introvert. I don't like talking to people. Another bad thing to have when you're in the nursing field because you have to talk to a
Oh,
lot of
really? I,
people.
I mean,
I didn't
it's
feel that.
Not in the office.
no, Ahmed. Imagine this thing. Like,
Wow.
if Ahmed, I want to ask you this question: is that you are in agony in a bed in a hospital. Now, a nurse comes to you, and he is a introvert. He doesn't want to talk with you. He
And he
faints
doesn't
when
like the blood shape.
he doesn't like the blood. He only likes about the data. What about your heartbeat? What about your other,
Right.
KPS in your body? I don't care
Yeah,
about
he will take
how you
notes
feel.
and leave you.
Okay, so right now Paulo is in this career, like he's doing nursing. When he gets he fainted when he see bloods. Now what happens, Paulo?
Yes. But I was also kind of good at math. So I was also already a numbers guy even before. I even in nursing we have certain formulas for computing how many medicine you put into vial. But I looked at the formula like this is too complicated. So
Okay.
I reworked the formula and make it shorter, and then my teacher was like, "This is wrong," but the answer is right.
So again, I'm just
That much.
interrupting. Sorry for that. The thing is that Paulo was in a call center, and there he started working with the data. Paulo was in a nursing in a hospital scenario. Again, he wants to work with the data, and he's working the data. So data is actually pulling Paulo.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
So after that, what
was
happened, brother?
chasing you.
So yeah. So I did finish my nursing degree because
Okay.
parents they're paying for it, so uh, I don't get to decide. So I did, but I chose to just finish it because GP
Hmm.
courses will just take more time, and I don't like studying.
But
So,
at
How
least
many
you
years
finished
did
your
it take
nursing.
you to finish?
right. Right.
Yes.
It took me
How many
another.
years did it take you to finish?
It took me an extra year. It took me 5 years
Five
One
years,
extra.
because
one extra.
I
Okay.
failed.
Obviously, because
Ah,
like most of the time he was actually faint in the class because of the blood. So he'll be taking 1 year extra.
he missed a lot of classes. Yeah.
He missed a lot of class.
I can't sit still in class. I think I have ADHD or something. We would have like in our third and fourth year we would have like 6 hour lectures. I cannot sit down for 6 hours. You cannot make me unless I'm asleep, and then the teacher doesn't also let me sleep. So I failed for absences, obviously.
Yes.
Okay, okay,
Sounds like Paulo. Yeah.
So Paulo, right now you are in a horrible situation. You like data. You work. You are now a full blown nurse in academic way, and you are working as a hospital. Now tell me what happened that actually turned you to come into this data analytics field.
Um, well, just when I finished college and I didn't want to be a nurse,
Mhm.
and just like everybody else that has a degree that doesn't know what to do, you go to the call center,
Again, you come back to the call center.
right?
Okay,
That's what everybody does. You ask everyone in the call center, do you have a
sure.
college degree? Sure.
No
I
idea, no clue about what I need to do with my life.
yeah,
I have a marine degree. I am a biochemist, but I
exactly.
don't know what to do with this.
I just want to have money right now.
Okay, right now,
So
let's go to the call center.
Yes.
call center gives me money. Okay, I'll take the call center job.
Okay.
So that's how I started working. So yeah, and then I got that job as the MIS, and then
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately that department dissolved eventually because of these hardships with the health, and then after that I started working for several other I think like two other offices where it's not necessarily data analytics, but I
Mm-hmm.
would always apply data analytics to all my jobs.
So, Paulo, right now, what you are doing is that you are actively searching for data analytics job,
Yes.
right? But I just want to ask you this because you have academic degree of nurse, and but still you are thinking that okay, I do have some skill which I can apply to this job, right? This is your
Right.
first intention. Okay.
Right.
So what happened? You started, applying then.
Yeah. So I actually landed sort of a dream job back in, I don't know, maybe 2016. Because I was, going around applying for a data analytics position. And
Mm-hmm.
then I found a company in our, it's like our central business district here. And I'm from the Philippines, by the way. Um, so it was like even the pay was a higher pay grade than I was already getting. And then it was going to be the first in the company that they're going to start doing data analytics and data science. So I was going to be the pioneer there. So even
Mm-hmm.
it took me like 3 months to land the job because there was a lot of interviews, a lot of people was applying for the position. So there's like three short lists that
Mm-hmm.
I included. So it was like started from 30 and then 14 and then 7 people. And then eventually I landed that job.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, this was also around the same time that my mom got sick.
Okay.
Um, so I had to go back home. I was already staying in another place. I was no
Mm.
longer staying at home at the time, but I had to go back home to take care of my mom, and that's when I started working online.
Okay, so what happened is now that you are almost there, it is a
Mm.
full-time job in data analytics. You are actually almost selected, but then for personal reason, you got back home. Now, like your data analytics career was just one step away. You can reach it,
Mm.
but then you come back.
Right,
Now you have a responsibility, and now you are searching online job
right. So I
in data analytics.
started working online. Um, when I started working online, I would take any job because I just didn't have work. So any job that I could land, I would take it. So I even went from um, different jobs. Oh no, before this, before I worked online, after I worked for a friend who owns a business. So he sells local milk and cheese from the local farmers.
Mm-hmm.
And then he would and our market is like maybe the upper class, like
Okay.
the A and B classes of the society. We market, so we would upscale this milk and cheese.
Okay.
Um, but then my job there was I was hired as the operations officer. I was like the COO of
Okay.
this
So you
company.
are just taking care of the operations of that business.
Yes,
Mm.
but since my heart is always with data
Data.
analytics. So I noticed that he didn't have an inventory system. Um,
Okay.
exactly.
Hmm.
Everything was just written on paper.
Okay.
That's how it started. But now his business is a lot bigger. I think we had around six stores at that
Okay.
time. So
Okay.
it was making quite a bit of money. Um, but yeah, everything was just on paper, so it's
Mm.
hard to track monthly sales, weekly sales,
Mm.
annual sales. So coming from the big analytics background, I actually went in and I programmed his own inventory system. Um,
So the thing is that the business doesn't have any automated, I mean, no data-driven inventory system. So you
mm,
just started as operation manager there. Then you decided, okay, you are going to infuse this data inventory system into here.
right.
So again, I just want to reiterate this is because again, data is Paulo, pulling Paulo again,
Yeah.
even when he is in operation manager.
Even
And
when
this is
selling milk
interesting.
and cheese.
Again, so then what happened?
Yeah, so I made this inventory system where in real time he
Mhm.
can track his sales, he can track his inventory. He would just log into his computer anywhere because it's online. He
Mm.
would see, okay, this store has made this much money in the day, and then we also only have like, 3 boxes of milk left, so we need to restock. Uh, so it was a convenient way to manage the business. But then, yeah, after that, I started working online because I had to.
So now you are in the online market because you need to take care of your mother and you have to do a job which you can manage from home,
Right.
right?
Right.
Okay, so
So, so I jumped around. After jump from, I started with the drop shipping,
mm,
um, and then I got my first like data analytic job online. Was my second job. This was for e-commerce company. It was quite big. Our main client was the U.S. government.
mm,
So I was in charge of the back end of our stores. Of
back
our
end of the stores.
Right. Because
Okay.
we have online stores where the government can buy their stuff. And then
And I just want to clarify to my audience is that in online business, if it's e-commerce business, the data is the only thing you are
mm,
going to work with, because the real product is actually with the shop owner and the buyer, but the e-commerce side only care about the data. So Paulo is right now, I think, the most interesting career in his life, that he is working with the data, right?
right.
So so
Because
now 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 you're now in a full blown situation of data,
right,
right? And you are actually applying your skills which you have learned along the way, right?
right, right.
Okay. So then
So
what happened?
um, yeah, but then when you're in the e-commerce, everything is just pretty much the same all the time, and you just look at product sheets every day and just making sure that everything. And so it gets kind of repetitive and boring. So I tried to look for something else that was a little more interesting. So that's when I shifted over to real estate,
Real
um,
estate. Okay.
like the U.S. real
Mm,
estate.
mm,
Um, so I started real estate, and then even then during real estate, because real estate is also about numbers. If you're into sales or real estate, you know that sales is always a numbers game. The
right,
more
right.
more you
Completely agree.
offer, the more you
Mm,
market yourself, the
mm,
more money will come in. It's always about the return on investment. For every dollar spent, how much dollars is coming
mm,
back. So even
right.
when I was in real estate, even if
Mm,
my client never asked me to, I would create him reports and dashboards just to show him, okay, our marketing campaign is not too effective,
mm,
because we didn't make a net income from what we spent. So these things we don't realize until somebody does them. So that
and nobody told you that you need to find those things. You were doing it on your own.
right, yeah,
And if I'm not wrong, is that you do not even know at that time that what I'm actually searching for. You are just playing through the data, and
right,
you're just finding out this amazing stuff that you want to share.
right,
Right? Okay.
yeah.
This part I want to highlight is that this is the crux of any data analytics career. Whatever you have, you just need to be curious on it. Like Paulo, what he's doing is that he doesn't even know that what is in there, but he's just trying to find it out.
Right. Because
Okay.
every business will need data analytics. Any business, whether you're selling cheese or whether you're selling office products to the government or whatever, everything revolves around numbers. Even if you're selling houses,
Right.
because the consumer base, the way you market to them, will always
Mm,
be the same. I mean, it just comes down to how much money you spend, how much money comes back. So data analytics plays a big role in that. And that's how you improve a business. So that's kind of how I help my clients, step up their business by looking at where are they spending their money, where are they, making more money from marketing. It's about marketing. If you're into sales, you know that marketing is 90% of your sales. Um, if you don't market, the salesman will have nothing to sell.
huh.
So yeah, I started. I think like 4 years I was in real estate until eventually I landed my current job now,
Mm,
um, working with Sanjib and Ahmed. Uh, so yeah, and it's been it's almost 2 years now with this position, and it's been a roller coaster.
Right.
experienced.
Yeah.
Everyone
And
issues, it never stops.
hello. Yeah. I mean, this is an amazing story. So I just want to. So what I have learned from Paulo's story, and this is the first time I'm actually I heard the full story because I'm working with Paulo for 1 year now. So we talked about some of the things, but today what I understand is that, and I think Ahmed also agreed that we three of us started with call center. Then we started
Yes.
jumping around here and there. And Paulo is like Paulo's whole data analytics career. Right now, I think it's a bulletin because I know for a fact that he's going a long way. But before that, he was into a nursing career. He didn't like it. Then again, got back to call center. Started as an operation manager, which is by the good job. Then again, data actually calling him. So that
Hit him again.
then he started an e-commerce business, and now he's a full-blown data analyst, and he learns a lot. I mean, all the things he learned on his own, along with the jobs and everything. So, I mean, this is the story I think people should hear because to be a data analyst you do not need fancy degrees because Paulo is doing it. Paulo is I know that because three of us actually working here. We work in a USA based company where we work as a remote job. It is a remote job, but three of us are actually working as a data analyst. But the
Yes.
but the interesting part, what I learned and which I'll actually try to follow from the Paulo's story is that in any of his job, maybe still today, even three of us actually title as a data analyst, but in any of his job previously, nobody asked him what to find. Nobody even given him the data, but still he went through the data and then he tried to find out something. That curiosity is the first thing of data analyst. So I think I am not that, I didn't even, realize that, okay, if I see a sheet, sometimes we started working on it, we just want to do some fancy colors on it, and that's it. Just this report and that report, and that's it. We're going to, mail back to my boss, that's it. But the thing is that I am personally, I have been inspired with this story that before I make a report, at least I'll try to find out is there something interesting or not. And most of the time, this is the work hazard. When I do a lot of reports with Paulo, and I always try to get some advice from Paulo. And this is the part I'm missing because I'm not that curious enough with Paulo. And Paulo figures out, okay, this is the thing you missed, and
Yes.
that is the recipe. That okay, you have to be curious enough, not making this report. Thank you, Paulo, brother. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a great story. I think this will inspire a lot of people. But I'll
hope
come back
so.
to you again. Before coming back to you, now my brother from another mother, the
Yeah.
Egyptian, the Egyptian one,
His brother from some other mother.
some other. So okay,
Yes.
so now
Okay.
before I ask you the question for which you are actually waiting for, I just want to ask you one thing: how it
Okay.
feels like doing data analysis before a pyramid.
Oh, before the pyramids. I started
I
after the
it's
pyramids, so
it's my dream. One day I will do some hardcore. Maybe I'll just write some one or two formulas in Excel, but I'll do it not in front of the pyramid, at the top of the pyramid. Like I want to reach that high with my data analytics career.
Maybe
And
you only get to do one or two formulas before the police will
yeah, I mean,
yes,
come down.
that's
Hey,
true.
what are you doing? It's not allowed. You're not
yeah,
allowed yet.
If
that is a skill, right? Because I'm not sure about how
to make
fast
it
the
fast.
Egyptian police are, but yeah, I can do the formula before the police arrest me. I don't mind. I know sleep in
And then
Egyptian.
you add it to your CV.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I spent overnight in jail typing this report.
typing this
One of
report.
my achievements.
I did a report top of the pyramid. I got arrested in like 2 minutes, but hey, this is the
It's
bigger
a
picture.
great story.
Actually, 2 minutes I made the report.
It's a great story.
You want this kind of skill, right?
Yeah, yeah, and that's like to drive. You tell that to any HR. I'm willing to go to the pyramids just to do anything you want.
And I'll make sure that Egyptian, I mean newspaper, make a cover of this, and I'll just I'll paste it in front of CV, not in my profile picture. I'm just arrested in front of the pyramid, arrested data analyst.
You will have
Yeah.
the numbers holding
Yes.
numbers for the jail.
Okay.
But
Okay. Oops. Yeah.
you cannot be so fast because it will take you a lot of time to climb to reach
Fine.
the top of the pyramid. Yeah, and definitely the police would be faster. Hundred
Obviously.
percent sure.
But you have they also need to chase me with the slope. So I just need to reach the slope faster than a police and just sit there for like
It's
one
a
minute.
head
Oh, come
start.
up, come up.
But
I'm
anyway,
just anyways.
I took what I want. It's okay.
So jokes apart. So okay. Now Ahmed, the same question to you. What was the journey for
Okay.
you?
Okay. Well, I want to highlight also something that you were talking about, the curiosity, because not only to be a successful data analyst, you need to be curious. Also, sometimes, or maybe most of the times, the client or the business owner, they
Mm,
don't know what do they want from the data.
right.
This is this is happening. I think most of the times they would give you the data and they'll say, okay, I don't know what can I get from this, but I believe this will bring me something useful for my business. Or
Mm-hmm.
if they know what they want,
Mm-hmm.
they don't know if they have the enough information or data for
Doing
what
it.
they want.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
What brought me to data
Yeah,
analysis?
what is this? Start from the start. Start from this. I mean, very beginning. What was your, journey? What academics certification? Like, did you start from the nursing? That will be too much coincidence. But
So
let's hear it.
let's start when you were born. So you got
Oh,
out of your
okay.
mom and dad.
Okay, yes. Not so, not that far, but I've worked a lot of jobs, and all of them were far away from my career, my studying career, and far away from the data analytics, because I am a civil engineer, and all the jobs that I've been working for, they have no sense with they don't make no sense for a civil engineer. Of course, I started with the call center agent, and there is a joke here in Egypt that if you didn't wear the headset, so you
Mhm.
didn't work. Okay, you
Okay.
have to pass through this one
Headset.
day to wear it. Yes,
Okay.
for it's for the call center.
Okay. Before
So
we continue, I just want to tell my audience is that three of us actually wearing the same headset. But then again, call center has nothing to do with being data analyst. This is just because we are communicating. I mean, for three different countries. But when we work, we do not wear this.
yes,
We work with our
no,
brains
I
and
usually don't.
our things. Okay, brother, continue. So we started with call center.
Yes, I start with the call center, and just because, as I said, it's the easiest thing to get it while being a student, and you only think about getting some money to spend it for during your vacation. So that's it. During that time, I wasn't that curious as Paulo regarding data analytics, but I was more curious about getting money to spend it, my vacation with my friends, and that's it because I was studying civil engineering, or at that time I was studying different topic and different branch of engineering. I was studying architecture.
Architecture, great. So civil
Don't
engineering and
ask me why.
architecture. Okay.
Don't ask me why. I started. I started at the
Because of
university
a girl.
first year.
Sorry, Paulo, you're
Oh
saying something?
Was
no,
that because of a girl?
Yeah,
no.
okay. Yeah, yeah, I was
This could
about
be
to ask.
true, but no.
This could be true. Okay, that is a big,
Yeah.
question there. But yeah, so you started with civil engineering, then you are also, passionate about, so for some time maybe architecture. You are also, studying architecture, right, in the university?
Uh, to be honest, I was not interested about architecture. I was not interested about civil engineering.
Okay.
But at that time, I was uh, during my high school studies. I was very excellent student in mathematics, in
Mhm.
physics, in
Mhm.
anything that might need this logical thinking way to get okay the relation between these numbers
Mhm.
or the rhythm or complete the sequence, algebra, trigonometry, these things. And okay, when you get high grades, you go to where?
Mhm.
Engineering, because this is the highest thing. And I got, I think I got 99% my high school.
99%. That should be the
Yes.
cumulative marks of my whole academic life. Like if you started, adding up my whole
Correct.
academic career's number, then it will
Mm.
come up 99.
99, correct. 60
I,
from
I
math,
was.
60 from physics,
Yeah, then it comes.
then you get 99.
Like
Oh, I,
in my country, my passing score should be like 33. So like my three paper subjects mark will be like 99. I'm good with that. Three paper 99. This guy got 99 in one paper. Great, brother. I mean,
not
now
in
I
one
see.
paper. I mean, in the high school, all the subject accumulated
Okay,
was
okay,
99%.
my friend, guys. So, okay, guys. Then again, I want to clarify one thing. Maybe you didn't get the 99, but don't worry.
It doesn't
You know,
matter.
it doesn't
Definitely.
matter.
No,
But it's
definitely
good.
doesn't matter.
It's good. It's good. I'm not, just uh, I'm not saying that you do not need to get 99%. If you can, good luck with that. But
Of course.
if you don't, obviously there is a future for you. But let's see the 99% story now. So, then what happened?
Yes. And then
This Bangla
I
being the hit thing. Yes,
Paulo's learning Bangladesh language without
Paulo
any
just
class. Okay.
messaged in the English is that you were just showing off with your marks. I
No.
don't. So I mean, this is a good thing. If you have a 99% sure, because a few people get 99%, but again, me and Paulo are
Yes, but if
jealous of it.
if you hear what happened after that, you will know that I was not showing off.
Okay,
It was
now
just
let's get to the second part. Then you got your marks. So you are in this, you are good with the academic life, and you are getting good marks. Then what happened?
yes. What happened is that I wasn't curious to think about my future at that time. I was just saying, okay, studying is easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting 99%, and I was playing football. I was a professional handball player, and I'm enjoying my time and
Mm-hmm.
getting high grades. So why to think about the future? Why think about the next step of the university? Just go to
Right.
the engineering university, then you know it will show up what will.
For you, like I can understand that you are doing good in your academic life, so it shouldn't be that hard for you to get an engineering degree, right? And
Yes,
for most of the people, like I tried my engineering. I was I failed because my numbers was not that good. But people who are actually that good, I mean, well, I can get into the engineering. So it's like it's not your ultimate goal, but yeah, I had the capability. Let's learn engineering. So it's like your mindset. Let's go and learn engineering, right?
yes, but
Okay.
I didn't think which field should I
Which
choose
field?
carefully. Uh, I was thinking, okay, let's get something related to the real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Like after finishing the university, I can work in this market.
Mm-hmm.
So I choose architecture.
You
One
chose
year there,
architecture.
and then I hate my life. I didn't want to continue there, and I
Okay.
wanted to shift
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a person who likes mathematics, like numbers, like you know, solving problems. This is not in the architecture department.
Okay, I just
It,
want to interrupt here. Is that actually Ahmed missed another thing, as he's my brother. I can remember the thing is that he also like. No, Paulo, I'm not going to mention that one, but I'm going to mention the formal one thing is that Ahmed is the guy who, apart from this mathematics and data analysis, he also like to travel the world. And just for
um, then I said, okay, I have to shift.
hmm
I'm not gonna
hmm
stay here.
hmm
So where to go? I thought about computer engineering,
hmm
and then I said, "Oh, this would be hard because,
hmm
I know a lot of friends in this department, and I see them. They are so genius. Like as Paulo were in his school was in his school. He's the guy that want to hack
Hack
his
the system. Yeah.
yes, hack the system of the school and university. This is not me. They
Okay.
are." And I said, no, I'll not go for that. I'll go for something in between engineering and real estate. So, civil engineering.
Great choice. Civil engineering. Okay. So
Great, great, wrong
so
choice.
great wrong choice, but you actually picked the thing with very logical way. But later in life, it might, I don't
Mm,
know how it will turn
yes,
out. We'll hear the story. But actually, you like Paulo is like okay. For me, it's true also. So my parents are paying for it, so just going to finish it. So this is also my story. So my audience already know that I come from a business background, so my parents paid for it. I didn't even think it. But this guy at least lucky. Ahmed is lucky. He thought it clearly that
yes,
okay, in I'm at least I'll go to this civil engineering. Okay, so
yes. And
now
I have to say, yes, that my parents were so patient with me regarding shifting between departments.
yeah,
That's true.
that could be story because you are still
Chapeau for
clueless.
them.
Yeah, but your parents
Yes,
were very
that's
supportive. If I'm not wrong, your parents were supportive, right? That you are shifting from one.
um no, because they said you should like wait a little bit, to see
See
how
what,
things will go.
hmm,
But when I decided,
then you
okay,
move on. Okay,
because this is your life.
yeah. So at least you are following your, I mean, it's not logic. It's your heart that okay, I might do something great in there, right? So you just shifted your department, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. Then what happened?
And then, okay, let's go discover the civil engineering.
Mm,
First year, it was all about like foundation. So, not foundation in the ground, like for
mhm.
buildings, no, foundation for engineering,
Okay.
mathematics, physics,
Okay.
blah, blah, blah. Okay, this is I like it. So, and it's easy for me. And I
Mhm,
got high grades without making much effort.
mhm,
And I said, okay, this is my department. I'll
mhm,
go forward.
mm.
Then next year. Mm-mm.
Next
What's
year.
that? What's that? What's in the next year? No. They start to talk deep in the foundation of the buildings, not the foundation of the engineering. And in the
Now
interior,
its choice of foundation is shaking. Where I am, things are getting hard now. Okay, then.
yes, that's true. Like, okay, what about these kind of foundations? I don't like. I don't like going outside and site visits and see the buildings while getting constructed. Mm, okay.
Why
This
doesn't
is
people live in a tent? Why they make buildings? They should have a tent.
yes. Why to check the
No foundation.
materials and to test the materials and to see if this material is good or not? No, 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 no. I don't like it. But I
Mm.
wasn't brave,
Mhm.
or maybe it was over, to shift the department again from civil
This is the
engineering,
third time you are talking about shift.
because I thought about it and I asked the director of the university. He said, "No, that's enough, Ahmed. Go to your
No,
class.
I
It's enough."
right. Then what happened?
Then I stayed 7 years
7 years.
studying engineering, which should take only 4 years.
So you took 3 years extra,
Yes, and I wasn't going to the exams, so I was not failing the exams.
but you do
I
not
just
appear in the
I just
exam just
attended. Yes, I
attend.
just do not attend it.
Okay,
What
so
what was I doing at that time?
mhm,
Trying to find my passion
mhm,
in business,
mhm,
in making money,
mhm,
in marketing. You know,
mhm,
any kind of business that could bring money, like to be in an entrepreneurship
mhm.
in the entrepreneurship field, to be a CEO or founder of kind of business. This was in my mind always. You know, I
So
don't
just in
want to
three,
work a full time.
so
I don't
in
want to
three
work a full time work.
full
You know.
time. So in three years, you are just this time you are just exploring with your life that what you actually like, and
Yes,
you do not
and
like to work full time. You do not like to go to like it in an office, cap be captured there for like 8 hours. You just want to
yes,
do something different. Could be entrepreneurship, could be something
I
else.
I wanted to own my own business
Mm-hmm.
or to have a side hustle that bring me money
Mm-hmm.
and just travel the world. That's where I started to
Travel
travel.
down. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Now the
ask
travels.
me questions about us.
Uh,
Tell me.
uh, is the travel part will come now?
Yes, if you want. I started traveling with an association related to the civil engineering students.
Mm-hmm.
And first, I went to Portugal,
Mm-hmm.
Porto,
Okay.
and there was a competition there, and I was like kind of observer or director for the Egyptian team,
Mm-hmm.
and they won the cup there or the title. Then I went to then I went to Greece.
Okay.
Then I went to Romania.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I passed through Italy, Spain, but just for 1 or 2 days. Those were not in one trip; it was two trips.
Okay.
And then I start to participate in events for this association, but here in Egypt. So I start to know a lot of more people from all around the world, but
Mm-hmm.
they were all civil engineering students, not in any other major. So I have a
Okay.
lot of civil engineers students,
Mm-hmm.
but I left the civil engineering career after that. But they are still there. We are friends, but I don't work in this field anywhere.
So you worked on this. Civil engineering. From there, you are just searching your life, and then you get to this
Yes,
point, right? Okay.
I,
Okay,
I
guys.
didn't work as a civil engineer at all.
Okay. Okay, guys. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay, Ahmed brother.
Okay,
So far, by
yeah,
now we have learned that okay, you are into this. You are really good at uh, academic life. 99% mark. That is an achievement. You went to civil engineering. Then you
till the high school.
high
After the high
academic.
school, I wasn't good.
I mean, I won't say you are not good because it's not your. It's not like you told it before that. Okay, it's a wrong choice, but a good choice. I mean, you are good
Yes,
in maths. You went to civil engineering. Probably I would have done this the same thing. Then you just like Steve Jobs, you are flowing around like architecture, civil engineering, this and that. And after that, I really like that part. And still in my life, I couldn't do it, but I really you did a thing in 3 years, like to explore with your life. You were not scared enough. You were like exploring with your life what I can
yes,
do,
this is
right? Because I mean, I genuinely, I can feel, to be honest, I can feel that part because I have an experience. I still today, in my age is like 34, and I think that I miss that part. I didn't explore with my life. So this is a great thing. Everyone should at least. It's not about that we are promoting data analytics. And if you are watching this, it doesn't mean that you need to learn data analytics. You could be good at something else.
Definitely.
You could be good at video editing. You could be good at something else, and you could be good with astrology also. That isn't hard science, but if you are good with it, follow it. Why should you, try data analysis? Why should you try something else? Like I see when I go through LinkedIn, I see a lot of jobs, fancy name, product manager, this and that, and people get distracted and want to go into a lot of this field, but they're not passionate enough. What happens if somehow Ahmed actually goes into a civil engineering job? He won't like it. I mean, in the office he'll be just bored.
Yes,
Ahmed
that's
Ahmed
true.
will be bored. So that's why he was exploring with life. He was not scared. So even he was 99% academic marks holder in his high school life. He was sharp, but even sharp people cannot figure it out sometimes that what I like. It's not that you need to explore.
Exactly.
So this is this by now I haven't heard the whole story, but I like this part. I need to explore with my life. I will tell my audience you need to explore with your life. It's not about data analytics. You can do anything. Just explore with your life. Okay. So Ahmed, brother, my question is that then you explored with life. Then what happened? What bring you to this data analytics job or this career or
Okay.
this love?
And well, at some point, I uh, I used to make like small business,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was bringing me good money, but it was enough for being one person. If you want to be in a relationship or to make a family, it wouldn't be enough, and still it can't be uh, you know the main income for you. So
Mm-hmm.
I started to search for a full-time job, but that can bring me good income. I worked as a merchandiser or assortment merchandiser for a company called InstaShop.
It's a
It's
shop. Okay.
like delivery company. It's
Mm-hmm.
big company at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the unicorns in the Middle East. Like they reached,
Okay.
I think, unicorn means to reach billion. I'm not sure to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
What does this expression exactly mean? But it's one of the unicorn and delivery hero bought this company.
Mm-hmm.
I was working there
Mm-hmm.
before COVID, just 1 year
Mm-hmm.
before COVID,
Okay.
and um, it was a good job. I
Mm-hmm.
was growing in my team, and then COVID hit the world, and I got sick, and I couldn't work from the field. I had to stay home like 3 to 4 months after I got COVID,
Mm-hmm.
and like COVID affected my health a lot
I
because
understand.
I had
Because my
kind of
family
issues with my
actually,
respiratory system.
yeah, because I can
Yeah.
relate this also because my family actually went through the COVID and I have seen the this. I mean, I was devastated. My parents, both my mom and dad, was in hospital. And that time, I was still in in your situation. I was doing job. Then I also uh, can remember those days. I mean, those days are just horrible. I mean, so
Yes.
you when you just you hit the COVID, but still you are in your physical job, right? But you couldn't attend the job. I mean, the physical way.
No, I had to leave it.
Okay, I
I
can
had to leave the job
understand.
because we had to go to the stores or the markets
Mm-hmm.
and to get these stores on our application, like all the products on these stores on our application, to be
Mm-hmm.
ready for people to order it.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't go out to the stores, so I had to find something from home. And during COVID, it was very hard to get this kind of job. I mean, here in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
So I spent like a whole year not working. Uh, I was just trying to, chill home to recover from COVID and to learn more skills. or new skills.
Okay.
I was focusing more on business and marketing, and during that, like the last month or 2 months of this year, I
Mm-hmm.
got a job as a marketing coordinator or in one of the agents here in Egypt, and I was
Mm-hmm.
working from home.
Mm-hmm.
And this time I started to know, okay, I have to go somewhere else, which is data analytics.
Data analytics.
How? Yes, we were posting like a lot of posts per day on
Mm-hmm.
many platforms,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to make this in kind of represented report or to organize it and to know when to post that, where, for who, blah blah blah. And we didn't have this thing in our agency, so I created this. I started
Mm-hmm.
to create on Google Sheets, and to make a kind of template for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, okay, I needed some kind of formulas. I started searching how to
Mm-hmm.
do blah blah blah,
Mm-hmm.
and I get it, I use it, I get it, I use it, and then why not to you know to get deeper in this field in data
So,
analytics.
so you just
Yeah.
started to find out solution for the data, but you didn't realize there is a field called data analytics. You are just scratching the web to find out the solution of your business for the data. Then you started digging down, right?
No, I knew that this field exists, but I wasn't curious about it.
Curious.
And
You aren't curious or interested about it. So you are just now started digging
yes,
through the data. The what is happening in
it
this
was
data
for me
analytics.
something like artificial intelligence. Whoa,
Okay, machine learning.
this is yes, machine learning. Whoa, this is so complicated thing. I'm sure I can't, I can't
Mm-hmm.
be good in that. And how to start? No, no, this is not my. This was what I all knew about data analysis.
Data
You know,
analytics.
the same
Okay.
as you tell me now,
Mm-hmm.
astrology. What? I know what it's about, but
But I
can
am
I do
not.
that? No, this is
I'm not.
so
No, no, not
complicated.
this. So complicated. I'm not just going to
Yes,
do that. Okay. So then
exactly. Yeah.
what is the transformation happen there?
Two things
Two
brought me
things.
there.
Okay.
That I started to, while searching, to know these things are so easy for me. I
Mm-hmm.
feel I can do it,
Mm-hmm.
and money. At that time, I was broke because I spent a lot of money during the year I was staying home.
Home, right?
Um,
Because you are sick with the
for
COVID, so you're home.
Yes, and I was spending money on uh, on doctors, hospital,
Right.
scans, tests, blah, blah, a
Obviously.
lot of things. And something that you both don't know, at that time, I owed someone so big amount of money
Okay.
that I okay. If I ever thought at that time, how will I pay it back?
Mm-hmm.
I will not
No idea on
find
those
solution.
things. Right. No solution on that those things. Okay.
No, and just to make it like to realize how big is it. It was how many times my salary? Mm, okay, many months. Let's say many months, because
Let's say that
because
you at least need to work like 10 years to pay it off. Right.
not 10 years, but
Oh,
three
5 or 6 years.
years
3 years, at least three
with
years
my salary at that time. Yeah,
with their salary.
because
Okay.
my salary at that time was so low, and it was just for me. I got it because I was home doing nothing, and I want just to do something to
Okay.
feel okay. I'm back on the track. Hey, let's start.
So there is a money pressure.
So
Money pressure is there,
yes,
so that you need to find a solution. It's not about data
yes,
analytics. It's some you need to find out a solution. Okay.
both of them.
Then
That I started to. There was a spark
mhm, of the
in the
data
data
analytics,
analytics.
and there is a pressure from this money side. So these two things are there.
Exactly,
Okay. So
exactly. And I start to search. I called one of my friends.
Mm.
He's a data scientist, and I
Okay.
told him, "Okay, what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?" He said, "Why? I want to get in the data analytics field." He said,
Okay.
"Okay, there is data analyst, data scientist, business
And a
intelligence
business
analyst."
analyst.
I said, "Wait, I don't know which one I want to do,
Good.
but give me something that is more related to uh, logical thinking, problem solving,
Mhm.
mathematics."
Okay, these three things: logical thinking, problem solving, and
Yeah,
mathematics. I want to highlight this one because these three things are very important in your data analytics journey. Okay, so continue.
yeah, I told him I like that. He said, "Okay, this exists in all of them, but the easiest way to start is for the data analyst or the business intelligence analyst, because
Mm-hmm.
data scientist is
A bit,
higher
a bit higher.
and it needs more like academical studies." I said,
And I
"Okay,
think that in right now the trend is that everyone start with data analysis or business analysis, but because I started as a business analysis, then I move on to data analysis. But the end goal is of all the data analysts is that they will actually one day become full blown data science because the things are actually connected. Now you just need to broaden your knowledge and the
yes,
entry
this is
point.
the
Entry point.
the
The
goal."
entry point is the data analysis or business analysis, right? So then you go to the data science. Okay. Okay. Then so you decided that you because there are problem solving, logical thinking, and mathematics. So you'll jump into
Yes,
the data analysis part, right?
yes, he decides for me, to be honest.
Okay. No,
Because
I mean
for me,
this.
this was a bad thing in my
Mhm,
personality at the time, that
mhm,
I didn't spend time in deciding for my career, in
right.
searching what is suitable for me or what's better for me. And my friend at that time, he was making fun of me. He said, "You could spend time more to choose what to eat for lunch today instead of choosing what to study for your
Career,
future."
right?
Yes, you know, because you will get your phone and this rate
What?
is high, this is low, this is close to us, blah blah blah. Let's open Google Maps, and you don't spend time to know yourself, to know your
Right.
skills, your personality.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a very bad thing in my personality at that time, and I realized that I lost so many years
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't give myself time to know about my skills and my personality.
Okay.
Imagine if I started this career 7 years ago.
Yeah, I'm pretty much sure you and I won't be in this podcast then. You should be in the Silicon Valley. Give it that 99% mark.
Oh, because I'm
Yeah,
new in this
but I can
career.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand. Like, you can
Yes.
start this career. I mean, I can start this career, or even Paulo can start this career 10 years back. But this is the
Yeah.
secret
If Paulo didn't study nursery and he studied
person. He could
this
start it.
instead.
Yeah, he could start it like
Yeah.
7 years back also. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if
But
I won't
sometimes.
start. So
Yeah. I'm
I
sorry.
was saying that if I won't start in this, 9 to 5 job, I could have started like at least 3 or 5 years ago. But then again,
Yes.
this is a good thing. You explored with your life. Paulo actually, learning through the process, and so this is a good thing. I mean, that's how life is designed, right?
Yeah. And
Okay.
sometimes when you are forced
Mm,
to study something at the university,
mm,
you may not like it much as
right.
when you studied with your own path. So
Right.
maybe if each of us studied data at the university, he may not like it.
Right. That can happen because you
Maybe.
have to. Those passion or those learning should come up on your own. It's not like a forced learning. Like Paulo, it's always the data is actually pulling him. Right. Right. So you are liking you Ahmed. For you, it's not like about I do not know about the data analysis. I do not know. It's a very complicated as you, but I like my core intelligence is that. problem solving, then mathematics, and then logical things. So these three things is actually core. With this, you want to do something. It could be data analysis, or
Yes.
it could be a good detective also, if you want to be.
Yes, could be. And this is what brought me there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say after, after I spent this many years studying civil engineering and architecture,
Mm-hmm.
and after being broke, and after I also during some time I was suffering from depression because I couldn't find my passion. I used to be alpha in my school. I used to
Right.
be the top,
I can
and
really
now
feel.
I can't find my passion. I can't know what do I want. So I was suffering from depression for like 2 or 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
where I wasn't going to the exams.
Right.
It was that time,
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to find myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I started only with one thing. I started working with one thing, only Excel,
Excel.
only Excel.
Okay.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't start fancy or with a lot of skills. I just started with Excel. I learned Excel well because sometimes people think, oh, Excel, I know it. It's easy. It's
Okay.
just some
Uh,
cells.
okay. I just want to interrupt you here. So
Yeah,
I just want to clarify my audience is that I mean, if you want to pursue a career with data analysis, you should always start with Excel. And I think three of us will agree on this one.
100%.
I do not know about other data analysts, but this is our, I mean, in this point, we all can agree. And, when I'm just going to take 30 seconds just to tell you a story of my life, which is actually related to Ahmed, is that Ahmed is, I mean, Paulo is also good with Excel. I have learned a lot of, and Paulo actually taught me a lot of things when I'm actually working with this company. And he actually tells me that what is the meaning of this report, how it works, what needs to find out. And Ahmed, actually, I was really bogged down with a work where I need to do a manual searching. There are some very complicated searching process, and I was doing it like 6 or 7 hours in a day. I was about to quit the job. Then Ahmed actually comes up, and he was just looking into my Excel sheet, and he said that, you know what, we can do some formula, and we can solve it. I said it's not possible. Ahmed did it possible, and we worked with that formula for 3 hours. The formula was like, if you put it into MS Word, it will be like in a half-page formula. It was very complicated, but Ahmed did it for me, saved my job. So that how good Ahmed is in Excel. I just want to tell you it in here because you need to understand when he said that, okay, I started learning only Excel and I learned it very well, and I can vouch for him because he actually learned it very, very well. So then again, brother, so you actually
Thank you.
now a full blown, Excel analyst, I can tell. I mean, you have learned Excel very well, right?
Yeah, and
With the
it's never
starting of
enough.
the data analytics career, you started with Excel. I know it's not enough. We need to learn a lot of things, but you
No, I mean
started with
it's not
Excel.
enough to stop even learning in Excel, because Excel is a very big ocean that you will never get all of it.
Okay, so you learned Excel very well. Then what happened?
Yeah, and very well. I mean, it's never enough to. It's never enough to. And
It's a
you should
learning
never
process.
stop learning.
Learning,
Yes,
right?
in everything, not only in Excel, but
Mhm.
I feel a lot of people underestimate this software because
Right.
Excel is a very big ocean that you can never get enough of it, and each person in his field use it in a different way.
Right.
Me, as a civil engineer, if I want to use Excel, we use it in specific
Different.
tasks, which is totally different than me as a data analyst, than someone else in other fields.
Right. Right.
So yeah, if this is the only advice that I will say for now, you should start with Excel and learn
Excel.
it well. Don't think you know
All the
everything.
things.
No.
And it's not. I
And
think it's not even possible to learn all the things in Excel because this is so vast.
100%.
You can do PhD in Excel. But you do not need to do that. But
Yes.
you need to learn it well at least.
Yes, because imagine there is a big team in Microsoft that are
Mm.
only working for Excel.
Excellent.
you know,
And it's not for
there's a
like six
department for
months.
that.
It's not like for 6 months, 7 months, or 1 or 2 years they're doing it. They're
No.
doing it from the very beginning. I think maybe it's 20 or 30 years this MS Microsoft Office thing is actually developing
Yeah, and every day they have new things,
new things.
new updates, and new features. Instead of if we even take Excel as it is, if we don't talk about the add-ons that you can use
Mm.
in Excel. So people underestimate Excel, and I feel bad for that. I don't like it. This trigger me. Excel
Right.
is not
S-
a simple tool,
So I just want to
guys.
add one thing is that so that so I was also in your phase like data analytics, machine learning, neural network, fancy things, this and that. But most of the data analytics, and I know I can give you the sources that it's actually written in a Google data analytics course in the Coursera. They said that 60 or 70% of the time of a data analyst are given to an Excel spreadsheet, and 40% is that Python programming, this and that, and machine learning. But even a full-blown data analyst in Silicon Valley, Google, they're also the data analysts also using Excel 60% time of their career.
Yes.
So this is how actually important to learn Excel. But people think, okay, I have learned, I can do some, I can do average. This is all about Excel. Now I am going to learn fancy things like neural network. This is not the case. Obviously, you need to learn like machine learning, Python, pandas, and NumPy. But Excel is your basic, right?
It's the best start. Definitely,
Let's
it's
start.
a must. Not the best
Must
start. It's
start.
a
It's a
must.
must start.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, that's true. And we're not talking about people that their main studying at the university is data,
Mm-hmm.
like data analysis or computer science. No, we're
Anyway.
talking about people who want to start from
Mm-hmm.
scratch by
Mm-hmm.
their own path, and not university students that studying data analytics. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
those you know they have other way. They are going for the academic
Mm-hmm.
path more
Mm-hmm.
than the skills to use while being a data analyst. And that's how I started. It came by
Okay.
luck, like while I was working as a marketing moderator.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I came to my manager and I told him, you know what, I don't want to work anymore here. He said,
Mm-hmm.
why? There's something that bother you? I said, no, but I till now, like for 8 years, I didn't find myself in any kind of career,
Mm-hmm.
and I just found myself. So I'm sorry, I will not stay here in this career. I'll not stay here to do marketing job, which is great for a
Right, right,
person who's great for this position, who can do
right.
that.
Yeah, I
This
mean,
is
I just want to
definitely
add
one
one
hundred
thing is
percent.
that I just want to one thing, and the thing is that we're not demeaning marketing. Marketing is a good stuff. I mean, it's a good
Yes,
career to build. I come from a business background. My major is marketing. I do not work on that area, but the thing is that it's all about passion. Now Ahmed is actually following his passion, right? Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
And if this passion can bring you money, so
Then
why not? you know.
sure. Mhm.
And every person has his own skills that was given by his way of thinking. His It's just his personality, his skills. We
Mhm.
we, we can't all be the same people. Not all the people can work as doctors. Paulo
Right.
proved that. He was scared from blood.
Glad.
I am scared as well. My parents tried and pushed me so much after high school to go
Mm-hmm.
for the medicine university. And no, no way. When I see blood, I faint, definitely, as Paulo. Maybe this could be something common in data analysts. I don't know. But whenever I see blood or whenever I go even to the pharmacy and just to get in this environment of doctors, medicine, blah blah blah. No, guy, I feel headache. I think I faint. So
Uh,
how to be a doctor? Not
it's
my
not
career, not my job.
not your career, right?
Yeah, does it mean doctors are not great? Definitely they're
Obviously,
great.
that
They save
I mean
our lives.
they're saving our
And
lives. Yeah, we're
exactly.
grateful
And
for them.
they,
Just to be alive. Your COVID has been
yes,
cured up by a doctor. They
my
helped
COVID taught me that it's very, very important to have
a
good
doctor,
doctors
right?
because I was sick because one doctor was bad. One doctor gave me a wrong medicine. Okay. And this what made me very sick after COVID. So this taught me well that it's very crucial and
I
definitely
mean,
I'm joking.
maybe unluckily you just hired a doctor who actually who wanted to be astronaut. That's why
Some, something else,
that's
yes.
why he's bad at doctor in his doctor profession, right? So
he,
that
he
happens
didn't want to
sometimes.
be a doctor.
He didn't want to be a doctor. You made me doctor.
Yes.
I'll give you, bad medicine. What I can do,
I'm sure he
like
didn't
like
mean it, but
like if
it
Paulo is
happened.
still working as a nurse, I mean, like blood is there. I'm not going to, make some bandage over.
Focus.
I'm not just
Yeah.
going to bandage over there. Just let the blood flow in the flow, and let's watch how many, things. I
Let's
mean,
see the flow rate
flow,
for the
flow rate.
blood.
What is the data? What is the data
Yes.
in this blood?
That's
So
the
I'm
And
not
let's
best.
going to.
represent this.
Yeah.
Is it
So
better to represent this as a line chart or a bar chart? This
this is
was
the
his
thing.
question.
So this is the thing. No, nobody is actually batting that. It's like they are not fit for this
Yes,
position. Yeah. So this is the thing.
exactly.
But
And it's
now
not it's not even about money, because
it's not even about
definitely
even
doctors can make a lot of money.
even a
Any
bad doctor
career.
can make a lot of money. Even a bad doctor can make a lot of money.
This is approved by me. This is
Okay.
approved by me.
We are not bashing any doctors. They are great. They save our lives. We're
No,
grateful to them. Even
definitely.
I'm even I'm grateful to some bad doctors. At least I get to know you're bad, so I'm not going to you anymore. So that's
Yes.
how I know what is good doctor, what is a bad doctor. But the thing is that
It's not about money, it's
not about money.
about
Even
what you can
uh,
do
right.
well.
So the thing is that even there is a if someone pays you a lot of money to be a data analyst, and you think that for money I'm going to jump into a data analyst, it's a wrong idea. The
Yes,
money is there,
true.
but it shouldn't be your motivation. And three of us who were actually working, two of the at least story you have heard so far is that they didn't come here for the money that we are actually earning a fair amount of money, which is good, which is not that high, not that low, but it's good enough. But this is not their motivation, right?
Yes. And if
I
you are
mean,
good at something, it will bring you money.
if you're good at something, it will obviously bring you money. And
Yeah.
even for bankers, they don't start their banking career for money also, right? They are just good at banking system. So I mean, this is this
Yes.
this is kind of a thing.
All the
Like
careers.
all the career, it's not for money; it's just for passion. So right now, you learned Excel. Now you understand, Ahmed, that okay, with this data, I can do something, right? So something is actually, I mean, dawning into yourself that okay, something I can do with this data field, with this knowledge, right? With the Excel knowledge.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
then
And one more thing to add to end the story about how I started is that the first job or task that I made for data analysis career,
mhm,
I earned it from that only $5, and I
mhm.
spent working on that 10 days.
10 days just for $5. And again, this is not about
Yes,
the money. So you just like the project. You started working on it.
yes, because it was my first project, so I was so passionate about it,
Mhm.
and I was enjoying.
You are
I cannot
if,
I cannot lie.
even in $5, you are just enjoying the work, right?
When I work in that, I enjoy working
Good.
in data.
Right, I understand, bro. So your first project was a $5 project, right?
Yes, it took me
Now,
10 days.
so it took you 10 days, but now I think you got the idea. Okay, with this skill, there is I can earn money. So money is, I mean, with this skill has a value, right? You got the experience. Okay.
Yes, and and this skill is where I can invest my time and study
Mhm.
because I feel myself here.
Right.
You know,
So,
this is the best thing I like in my career.
okay. So then I think after this, the story then is that we actually meet with each other. You meet Paulo, me in this, the company right now we're working after that $5 project, right?
Not exactly after it took time, but yeah,
So
it ended up
in
in this
between
company.
what you do with the data then?
In between those two projects, like the first one and
Yeah, the first project and second project. After that, what you are doing in the data analysis? Because you have learned Excel and you have to work on this.
in my yeah, I say that I only worked with Excel because uh, also thing that I see is not right or it's not good when people try to direct people how to start in any career is
Mm-hmm.
that okay, you have to go through X, Y, Z,
Mm-hmm.
then start. No,
Mm-hmm.
it's not always like that. You can
Okay.
start with X and
Mm-hmm.
practice it,
Mm-hmm.
then go to Y and practice it while you are,
Okay.
while you're in the process.
Right. Right. Right.
Because we are human. We got bored.
Uh huh. Right. Right.
We can get bored so easy. And
Mm-hmm.
if you lose the focus, if you
Mm-hmm.
got scattered with any other project, or of course you will not stick to the plan always. Sometimes you have to leave it. Sometimes you have to do
Right.
something
Right.
else. Sometimes you have to pay bills, to pay for
Right.
things.
You have to go with your life, right? It's not about you just learning X Y Z. In between, you need to practice. You need to earn your living with this. I get it, brother.
Yes, exactly. Because this is not, again, this is not how to be a doctor. To be a doctor, yes, you have to pass through a specific kind of courses so
Mm-hmm.
you can be able to practice your this
Right.
certificate to be a doctor,
Right.
to go out and to check people.
Mm-hmm.
But in most of the tech fields,
Mm-hmm.
I believe you can start with X and practice. And if you
Practicing.
don't practice, you will
Mm.
never remember how to make it again.
And
If
I
you
don't
don't
think
do it
if you
at
do
least
not
once.
practice, right? I don't think if you do not practice, you will not get the taste of real work. Also, I mean, you read
Definitely.
if you have read a book which is 500 pages long, which books talks about Excel, and you never practice it. I don't think you can learn Excel a bit,
Definitely.
right? So I get your point. So you have to practice your skills.
Yes. So I just started with Excel. Then I went to, I liked more the dashboards and how
Mm-hmm.
to represent data and
Mm-hmm.
how to fit all the charts.
Mm-hmm.
So I started learning after that Tableau,
Tableau,
and then Power BI, then Google
data studio,
Google Looker Studio, yeah,
local studio. Okay.
and then okay, let's take it to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
We may need like SQL,
Mm.
SQL, or we need Python,
Right.
step by step.
So, like you started with Excel, you got your foundation. Then you move on to the data visualization. So, I just want to clarify my audiences: the data visualization is the flashy presentation of data you see in the meetings. Those are actually automated by this Power BI, Tableau, and Looker Studio. So, after that, what actually Ahmed said is that he was also starting to learn SQL, Python, which are bit programming language, but it's required
Yeah.
to connect your data and do a lot of stuff with the data. So right now, so you are
And the
learning,
order doesn't mean anything.
or it
Like
doesn't
the
mean
order
anything,
of what
right?
I learned, it doesn't mean anything. I'm just saying how they go through it.
Right. I mean, Ahmed started with the Excel, then data visualization, but you can after Excel you can explore Python. Then after you go to the data
Exactly.
visualization, this can happen also. So it's all about your taste. You do not get bored. Ahmed was not trying to get bored. He was just experimenting with different things, practicing it, learning it, and also making money from it at that time, right?
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Carry on, brother.
So this is how I started till I joined the company that we're working
Company.
now,
Okay.
and I met you guys,
Yeah.
and the fun started.
Okay. No, really, I mean, so thank you both of you for amazing story. I mean, I think
Thank you as well.
three of us working almost close to 1 year. We'll be having a celebration party of 1 year very soon. And I mean, uh, I just want to share one thing is that I'm not going to share my story. I just want to share one thing is that I have worked with a lot of physical jobs and remote jobs, and there are a lot of people I met in my jobs. But the thing is that when in our current company, three of us actually working in a company, and they are mm, uh, we became friends. And I think, I mean, if Paulo and Ahmed might have a different opinion, but the thing is that I think we became friends is that three of us actually by title is a data analyst, and three of us has skills in such a different way that maybe I can do this, but I cannot do that. Ahmed can do this. Ahmed can think with the formula. Paulo can think with the report. I can do this thing first. And when a problem comes, we all three jump into that problem and solve the problem. Three of us solve the problem. And when you solve a problem together, you become friends. That's how interesting is a data
Yes,
analytics career. The data analytics career is like that. People who are actually passionate about data, they do not care about whose problem it is. We like to solve it.
Yeah.
And if it's a,
yes, that's true.
and the most interesting part is that we three work from this. Ahmed is from Europe side, so me and Paulo, Paulo is from Philippines. So we are from kind of we work in a USA company. So three of us actually works at night, right? So
Yes.
at 2 a.m. at night, when there is a complicated problem and three of data analysts working together, that is an amazing feeling. I mean, when you'll be working as a data analyst, and I'm not saying that as a data analyst you'll be working at night, but this is the idea is that you'll be working together, and it's not like who cracked what. When three of us actually cracked something, three of us are actually equally experienced on those things because we know from the start to end how to solve a problem, but we couldn't solve it alone. But right now three of us
Yeah.
can say that okay, I know how to do this thing. So this is, I mean, the data analysis field is very amazing, and we are not just promoting data analysis field. From Paolo's story, what you can take is that, I mean, he was in a different academic career, but the curiosity was actually pulling him in this field. Ahmed was a full blown civil engineer, and I mean, he took 3 years to find out what he needs to do. Then he stumbled into this data analytics career, and now doing very fine. So the thing is that you need to keep exploring, and if exploration is done, and you are watching this video, and you know that you need to do data analysis, then the thing is that, so Ahmed was mentioning that I was thinking data can be a thing like okay, this is complicated neural network, but then Ahmed started with Excel, which you can open, just click. I mean, you are maybe watching from your laptop or desktop. You can open it right now. You do not need to waste any more time seeing this video. Just open the close the podcast, just open your Excel and try to learn it. You can do it on your own. Ahmed did it. And for Paulo, what I learned is that it's not about always data. Data is there. You need to be curious. You made very good formulas there, this and that, very fancy stuff, and then you do not know what does it mean. So this is the thing that you need to understand as a data analyst. You need to be curious. What is this meaning of this number? How it is changing the business? So these two things you can learn on your own, and I mean, I am having a great time working these two guys, and most of the time I even I'm getting lazy because these two fine gentlemen is so good with the job because sometimes I'm not even thinking. I just go to Paulo. First choice, Paulo, brother, can you help me? Sometimes he's busy. No, then Ahmed will definitely help me. So you guys are making me lazy. Please keep doing it. Otherwise, they'll kick me from this job.
Yes.
Sometimes I won't answer him right away.
Yeah. This is the thing, Ahmed. I want to talk about this is that last couple of weeks, Paulo is deliberately ignoring me, and then I was just so mad. I was trying to solve the problem. After like 2 hours, do you need my help? By that time, Paulo already knew that. Okay, we got that. It happened like 4 or 5 times.
I'm fired already. I got
No, I
fired.
mean, I mean, Paulo keeps an eye. Okay, something is happening. Is our boss is angry with me? So then he'll come up. But okay, give Sanjeev some time. Let him figure it out. I know this is a good tactics. At least last 3 or 4 weeks, I'm learning a lot because of this passive aggressiveness of Paulo, not answering my call immediately. But he will answer the call for sure. He will answer the call. He will call you after 2 or 3 hours. By that time, the work is done.
He figures it out.
The-
I let him figure it out.
Okay, so guys, thank you again for this amazing story. I mean, I know your time is valuable. So, for my audience, is that I promised you that I'll be bringing some data analysts from different countries, and here they actually shared their story. And not only that, as you can know, my company AI Point, the Facebook link will be given, and these two gentlemen will be appearing on those courses. They are actually currently working with me and designing some courses. They will be on the courses. They'll be coming onto the courses, try to help you. They'll give you first-hand experience in a data analytics job. So they, as you can understand, they can't speak in Bangla, but that shouldn't be. I mean, that shouldn't scare you off because when you'll be working internationally as a data analyst field, you have to understand. So it's a best time to learn data analytics, and if you are already decided, please click on the link of my Facebook page, which is AI Point, and soon these gentlemen are going to initiate their course. They'll be taking live classes on there, and also we'll try to do some other interesting podcast with you guys in the future.
yeah,
If
definitely.
and this is just an introduction podcast. After that, we'll go deep down with some projects. Three of us will be making for you just to give you a test, and those will be completely free. And I do not saying that you need to buy paid courses and fancy degrees for data analysis. You can do it on your own, but you need a supervised learning. You can definitely check out my courses, my pages, and obviously, if you like this podcast and a lot of other data analysts will talk about their journey in the future videos, so do subscribe my channel and also click the bell icon for the notifications. And thank you all.